Hey folks, hope you're well. This is going to be a quick review of my new BMW R1200R 2010 in Alpine white. This is not a super technical review of the bike, it's just my opinion. I bought the bike 15 days ago. Not going to go through all details of spec on the bike, just going to give a quick overview, what is good, what is bad, what I found after 15 days of ownership and about 1,000 miles that I put it on the bike already. Let's start with the practical stuff. The bike is extremely comfortable sitting position. It's, I wouldn't say sporty, but your legs stay a little bit tucked in, about just less than, a little bit less than 90 degrees. I am 5'8" and I can flat foot on both sides of the bike, no problem at all. So it's not a tall bike, and this one has the normal seat. The low seat is available also. So you can buy it online or swap it. There's some forums of these lads swapping seats, but as I said, I'm not tall, I'm 5'8" and I can flat foot on the bike. So sitting position all day long comfort, and for the pillion, super comfortable, especially if you have a top box, which is my case. I've taken my wife in 300-mile journeys already and she loved it. She said she can do it again and again and again. That's what you want to hear. The bike came with this original windscreen. I put this this extra flap on top just to give me a little bit more clearance. Paid 50 quid on this. It's really well machined, really secure. I really like that. Yes, it doesn't clear completely the airflow from my helmet. It's just the top of my helmet, so it's fine. Now, without this, I've done a 350-mile journey when I first bought the bike in Scotland, all the way down to London. And it was unbearable, really noisy, because this windscreen does nothing other than project dirty air into your face. So yeah, it's horrible. The bike has traction control. Here it is. Traction control. There's a onboard computer, heated grips, ABS standard, and this lovely sounding Acropovic exhaust. Oh yes, that sounds really good. I'll turn it on in a second. What else? The bike came with the original BMW panniers, which are super roomy, super well engineered. I'll show you how I open them. They're really easy to take it on and off the bike and really easy to open as well. I think they look the business. I think they look great. Just added these reflectors, which are black on daylight, but as soon as you shine light on them, they reflect, and they just look great. And this top box that well, it came with the bike. It costs about 50 quid. It's a small GV top box. I think it looks all right. I mean, I prefer the original one, but I'm not gonna pay 200 quid in another top box. This one serves me well, and it's red on top, so I think it looks good too. The license plate, as every license plate in the UK, came huge. It's that massive license plate that they put in bikes here in the UK. I don't know why. I just put a smaller one. Everybody does. So the bike has got 110 brake horsepower from these air-cooled Boxer twin 1170cc engine, very torquey engine, 6-speed transmission, which in typical BMW style is a little bit clunky. You have to get used to it or just get over it. It's a little bit clunky, but to be perfectly honest, I don't mind. And the reason I don't mind is because it's very positive, so you have no doubt when you are in gear. It's not one of those buttery feeling gearbox when you, oh, is it in gear, is it not in gear? It is in gear, you can feel it. It's a little bit of a knocking sound. It's not bad at all. Trust me, the BMWs from the early 2000s, they were terrible. They were really loud. Nice drive shaft in typical BMW style again, the big boxes. Nice drive shaft, no maintenance, just changing the oil every 10,000 miles or so. The bike also came with a bash plate, as you can see down there. Center stand, which is super useful. This BMW engine guards, which is lovely. It came with this rear hugger as well, which is an aftermarket. The previous owner put it on. It's about 150 quid. The guy put it on, and it's great. It stops the flicking stones and mud and shit all over your bike and all over your rear shock absorber as well. So The rear suspension can be adjusted with a lever just under the seat. Just turn uh, a few rotations of that lever. It makes the bike a little bit stiffer, a little bit less stiffer, depending on how much load you have. And then the other thing is that this is the radiator is very exposed, so there is a fender extender as well, which is great. Right, what have I done to the bike? Apart from this, I've put these grip puppies on the bike. The original grips are really thin, and because this bike does vibrate a bit, I'm gonna talk about that in a second. It's great to have the grip puppies. It just makes the bike extra soft. The grips a little bit chunkier and extra soft and less vibration. Now this is the biggest disappointment that I had with this bike, and I haven't seen anyone talking about this in any of the reviews I read and saw before buying the bike. The bike does vibrate a bit. Some people call it character. It is vibration. And the worst part is the mirrors. So in almost every speed, your mirrors are vibrating and you can't really see what's coming behind you. I mean, you can kind of see it. You see there is a car, you can see it, but you can't kind of read the number plate, or you can't always see which car it is. And I'm pretty good at that stuff. And so, yeah, the mirrors do vibrate. I don't know if there's a solution. I still kind of researching online, but I don't know. It does vibrate a bit and you have to just get used to it. Now, this is a great compromiser. I am one of those guys can only afford one motorcycle at a time. So for me, what I do with bikes is travel long distances. I don't use the bike to commute to work or anything like that. Although you can, I find that the bike is great for long distance traveling. It's super comfortable, super powerful, more than enough grunt to take you places in a good speed with comfort and safety. So yeah, it's a great compromiser. Other than that, once you take those panniers off and take that top box off, you get a fantastic roadster. So because of the way they tuned this engine for so much download torque, I think the bike has got 110 brake horsepower and something like 85 torques. So it's got plenty of torque, and the torque is all low down. You can have so much fun on those twisties in a weekend, and you can proper hustle it. You can proper lay this bike low, and I tell you, if you don't know what you're doing in your big 1 liter sports bike, I'm gonna leave you behind, because this is a very quick bike. It's got more than enough grunt for most of us. Okay, unless you are Valentino fucking Rossi, then yes, you need more power. But if you're not, this will give you so much fun. I haven't really managed to scrape pegs or anything like that. I'm not that crazy, right? But I mean, I can have proper fun, and I'll be smiling from ear to ear, and I think you will too. These are original GS handguards. They're great for long distance touring as well. Just keep the wind off your hands, and that's it really. Great compromiser. It does shake a bit. Gearbox is a bit clunky. If you are buying one of these bikes or looking to buy one of these bikes, you need to check a few things. First thing, and I think the most important, is you need to check that joint here between the shaft drive and the engine and gearbox. You stick your finger down here, as you do, and check. Okay, so now, this is a little bit of dirt, but it's not oil. Okay, you have to check for oil. See if you stick your head down there, see if there's any oil leaks on this joint here. If there is, walk away. Don't buy it, because you have to take the whole bike apart to fix a gasket in the middle there. So don't do it, walk away, check. It's a not common, but a recurrent fault on these bikes. Another thing which is a recurrent fault, and I'll show you, let me just find my keys. It's here. So apparently there is a BMW design fault on the filler cap, in which water enters through here, rainwater and stuff enters through here and sits between this thing and the tank and just rusts the whole shit. So you can't really see, you have to take it off. You can't really see it, but If you check carefully each screw, you should be able to see at least a little bit of rust if it is bad. So on this one it's pretty clean. I haven't taken it off yet. And on the edges here, if you put a flashlight, I don't know if you're able to see it, but if you put a flashlight you can see a little bit. So yeah, just something to keep an eye on. Now this bike I paid 5,500 quid. It had in Scotland. I tracked this bike down in Scotland. 5,500 quid, and it had 25,000 miles on the clock. Full BMW dealer service history, with every single receipt you can possibly imagine. Every penny that's been spent on this bike, I've got a receipt for it. So I bought with a lot of confidence. I think it's I've been riding bikes for nearly 20 years, and honestly I think this is the bike with the best service history ever. I had bikes in which I had from new and I didn't keep a service history as good as that. So yeah, I bought with a lot of confidence. Check that out. Check if it has full services. If it hasn't, it's not the end of the world as well. These engines are really elastic, and they are really easy to maintain. So if the previous owner hasn't completely screwed up the bike, they should go forever. Keep changing oil, keep changing fluids, keep changing filters, keep adjusting valves, and off you go. And I think that's it really. Great handling bikes in high speeds, great handling bike in slow speeds, great for motorways, really easy to maneuver in traffic as well because of the low center of gravity. So it's a really easy bike, very forgiving as well, very easy to ride, and plenty of fun, plenty of torque. So I would definitely recommend. As I said, this is not a super technical review, it's just my opinion. If you're looking to buy one of these bikes and you're looking for reviews on YouTube, there's just one more for your research. Go do your fucking homework and choose your own bike. It's your own money. I don't really care what you do. But if you are thinking of this bike, and as I said, I have 20 years of experience riding, this is an absolute joy, and it's understated as well. This is one of the things I love about this bike. My previous bike was a BMW R1200R, the cruiser from BMW. Lovely bike. I loved that bike so much, but it was a nightmare. Everywhere I went, people stop you, and they stop you in traffic. They want to talk about the bike. That's nice for a while. I don't know, man. I like to be a bit inconspicuous about stuff. So yeah, this one is a bit more stealthy. Nobody stops you. Nobody gives a second look, unless you are an aficionado like we are. I presume you are too if you're watching this bloody video. So yeah, so that's that. I'm just gonna start her up so you guys can hear the Aquapervic and see the starting procedure. Yeah, I'm gonna need my other hand for that. All right, there she goes. Sorry, it was a bit out of focus, so let me do that again. Beg your pardon, man. Let's try now. There you go. Oops. I just think she looks the business. Understated, really classy, especially in this color, Alpine white. I fell in love, as we do, and I had to have it. So I sold the R1200C and I got an R1200R, and it's a much more versatile bike. It's not as stylish as the Cruiser, but it's a better handling bike. It's a more fun bike to have, and if you have it, if you buy it, you're gonna love it. All right, this video is getting really long. I need to feed my dog and I need to feed me. So yeah, I hope to see you guys later, and thanks for watching. See ya.